Good day, yet another Monday and another special edition of Game Time. My name is Marco Ndlovu. This is Game Time Afcon 2023 as we come through and analyze what's happening in and around the Africa Cup of Nations, which is currently underway in Ivory Coast. Obviously, not a good result last night for the Brave Warriors, a 4-0 hammering by South Africa. We'll be taking a look at that match a little bit later on. But for now, our guest today is Fortune Eichab. Right? Yeah. I pronounced it right. Yeah. Fortune Eichab is the coach of Nampol, that is Namibia Police team that is playing in the Namibia Premier League. Fortune, welcome.
Thanks, Marco, for having me here. Yeah. And I'm glad to be here.
All right. Sure. Yeah. Fortune, the Africa Cup of Nations obviously started about 2 weeks back. This is the second round of matches. I think they are completing by Tuesday, Wednesday. What has been your assessment so far of the games?
So far, so good. My take is that the football players from Europe that came back to play football have came to play football. Not like previous that you saw a player playing one game, he's injured and he's out. These players want to show the people back at home they belong to the nations and they want to play. So I'm happy that the senior players that we always look up, or that we always saw on TV, is here to display what the God-given talent that they're having.
So does that mean that the quality of football this year is different from the other Africa Cup of Nations? For example, 2019 and 2021, would you say the quality of football is different?
Yeah, it's much different. It's just pity that some of the stars that we wanted to see, like Boniface from Nigeria, is out, but all the stars that is around, Victor Osimhen, Salah, Mane, all the big names have arrived. So it's a time and the right time for them to show us. So the quality is there, and these guys are almost done. Many of them are approaching the later stages. So it's good for them to come back and show the people what they are capable of.
Obviously, Ivory Coast as the host, they started off well. Now they lost their match against Nigeria. They are in sort of a catch-22 situation where they can qualify, they cannot qualify. What effect will it have if they don't qualify for the next round of 16?
It will have a huge impact on the spectator side and everything, because normally host teams always attract supporters. But I think they will go through. It's just a pity that they played against Nigeria. Nigeria also wanted to win the game so that they can stand a chance. But Ivory Coast will proceed. Luckily, these things have moved on. There's 4 teams that will proceed as a third place team. So I think Ivory Coast is not yet out. They will make it. I hope they made it.
And talking about the host nations always drawing out the crowds, we saw in the match yesterday, South Africa and Namibia, it had almost 10,000 fans out in Ivory Coast.
Yeah, you know, when Namibia and South Africa are playing, it's a city that attracts people. People, even at the fan parks, if you saw, they come and watch football. But they like football. They are football people. That's why CAF have made the right decision to give the hosting to Ivory Coast. So it's a football country that people also want to see what these people are playing. Players can give them. So I'm happy that the supporters are turning up. When last did people come and watch Namibia, South Africa? 10,000. Even the friendly, it was not too much. Yeah. Even South Africa is struggling to attract their own fans in South Africa. Yeah. So it was a good turnout for people.
Yeah, then moving on now to the stadiums themselves, the quality of the pitch. You know, they are using 6 stadiums, and each stadium on a daily basis, on a match day, it hosts about 2 matches. What has been the quality of the pitch for you? How does it look like? What do you think? Is it conducive for good football? Is it not conducive for good football? And in terms of the infrastructure generally, what has been your impressions?
I'm so much happy. You know, if you play 2 games at the stadium, it is very difficult to play another day again. But what we saw on TV is a good display. Every team that I saw so far, they are playing from the back. That shows that there's quality stadiums. Imagine 6 stadiums on that high quality. So Ivory Coast, thumbs up must be given to the government of Ivory Coast and the Football Association for taking their own time and giving us perfect field to play football. I didn't saw a game that pitches are bumping and so on, like back in home. So it's something good. Ivory Coast, imagine they have enough time. We must not take away. They have enough time. This cup was supposed to be hosted 2023 in June. So at least 6 months later, it's better. They have ample time to prepare all these things. But I'm totally happy with the infrastructure, even the roads, the fun parks that they set up. It's totally something different from normal Afcons.
Okay, now moving forward with the quality of refereeing, match officiating. We know that VAR has always been a talking point when it comes to the English Premier League or the Champions League, and at one point in time even the World Cup. How has VAR officiating been at Afcon so far?
So far, VAR has done its part. Referees are doing their things. There's one or two incidents that could have go this side, but they stood. The referees on the field make the right judgments and so on. Yesterday, I was impressed by Tanzania. Is it Tanzania? Zambia. When the VAR called the referee to go check on the monitor, everyone thought it's a penalty for Tanzania to make it 2-0.
Yeah.
Referee said no foul play. He went and see. So VAR helped in. He came and do wonders. So the ball was put back and it was a play. We were all surprised. Even the Zambian players were down. They thought, oh, are we giving a penalty away? We are already 2-0 down, 1-0 down, and a man down. So there's certain incidents that VAR has helped us, and it's a sign that African people can also handle VAR. And it's a very good sign that we are moving towards the new environment that the football is taking us. Here and there will be moments that things will not go the way that we want. But so far, I'm happy with VAR, because if you take one incident out, it's a thumb up, 100% so far.
All right. Which match has impressed you so far? I mean, we have seen quite a number of interesting matches. Which one would you say this has been an impressive one for me?
The match that stood out for me, it's the DRC-Morocco one. Morocco started on a house on fire. They were playing, and we thought it would be a easy work for Morocco. But DRC come back. They were the better team, and they surprised everyone. Even scoring, they were even having chances to finish off. So that's the match that stood out for me, because both teams were playing. There was no team that sit back, the favorites and so on. But what I saw in this tournament, it's the rise of the smaller nations. The rise of the smaller nations. Even Eichab, Morocco, another outstanding game. Angola against
Morocco, Egypt, Mozambique, Egypt.
Yeah. And Angola against Mauritania again. Thumb to box game. So, but mine is DRC against Morocco.
Okay. With that said, you're saying the smaller nations are coming up and producing results. What does it say about the standard of football on the continent? Because we know that previously, if a bigger team, a so-called bigger team or a highly ranked team, had to come and play a smaller team, the results would have been obvious. But that's not the case now. What does it say about the standard of football on the continent?
The standard of football is somewhat improving. The other countries' players are also surprising us, or they want to show us they all are playing football, and they want to make a mark for themselves. Afcon is our World Cup, and it's a place for...
who's our...
It's African World Cup for us. Imagine Mauritania will never reach World Cup. So
no, they can. I mean, they have the chance. I mean, when we start the qualifiers, everybody is on the same level.
5 countries, imagine, Marco. No ways. So Mauritania, he can only play here. Tanzania will never go play World Cup. So this is the only place, the highest place that we can go. Even our country, it will take ages, maybe after our lifetimes, that we might go to a World Cup. So it's a bigger stage for our players to come and show.
I think the group that we have now, fortune for the World Cup, is an easy group. I mean, we just beat Tunisia now. They are in the same group with us.
When you start football, Tunisia will come back. They know Namibia because they underestimate us.
Yeah.
But we can go through. It's easy. Anything can happen in football.
Yeah.
But if you take football for granted, you will also regret it a later day.
Yeah. Talking about regretting it and taking football for granted, yesterday the Brave Warriors played Bafana. Do you think that victory over Tunisia sort of made the Brave Warriors overconfident and made them believe that they've achieved their World Cup match?
Yeah, I will not say overconfidence. It was a nice confidence booster for us to embark on South Africa, and it also helped the players to rise. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. I told one of my friends, last time when we played South Africa, before we went to 98 Afcon, we beat South Africa.
At the Kosafa here.
Yeah, in Kosafa, and we were celebrating. And we went to Afcon the same year. And they beat us.
Just weeks apart, actually. Yeah.
And they beat us. Now this year we played a friendly against South Africa. We keep a goalless draw against them, and we said no, we are here at the stage. Check what happened against. So I think prior to going to competitions or bigger competitions, even before the draw, after the draw, we must not play South Africa. I think we must not play.
But if you look at our record against South Africa, I think this was the 17th match or 18th, 15th, 16th or 17th match. I'm not sure that we have played them, but it's somewhere there. And they've beaten us 7 times, and we have drawn, I think, 5 or 6 times, and we've only beaten them twice.
Yeah. But when the occasion rises, when it's the most time, they always beat us, and it's a 4-1 things. We meet them 3 Afcons. All 3 Afcons, they beat the 4-1, 1-0, and now another 4-0. So I think before Afcon or any competition, big competition, let's avoid playing South Africa, because we tend to be more easygoing when we face them. And the petty thing is, all our players are based in South Africa, and South Africans know how our players play. I was just reading an interview by Hugo Bros, who said he changed Zulu for Kekana because he knows Namibia is having fast players, Hotos and Shalulile. So he bring in Kekana that is fast, that can cope. So they know us. They know us, our strengths and weaknesses. So it's not a good game for us.
Okay, in terms of the chances that were created by both teams, South Africa created about 6-7 chances, took 4 of them. We also created about 5-4 chances, didn't take any of them. Doesn't that sort of, when you play tournament football, what does it say about the chances that you create?
Marco, one thing in soccer is if you don't score, you don't win. We were having 2-3 chances. One was offside that Shalulile missed, but Hanamo put in 2 deadly crosses.
In the first half?
Yeah, first half, immediately one after one. So we could have just tapped in by Absalom or finished by Hot also. If we could have taken those chances,
it would have changed.
It could have changed the whole complex of the game. But what did South Africa do? They just launched where Hanamo was going out. Hanamo provided the cross. Now they put on a Morena that is fast. When Hanamo goes, Morena goes in. And 2 goals that we conceded. Easy goals that we could have prevented, because defense was sleeping. Defense was sleeping. They were caught off guard because we didn't structure properly. That's how we considered the first 2 goals. Pelendi's unfortunate handball that VAR decided, but the other one we slept. The left back was gone. The left centre back could have covered up. We didn't cover up. The centre midfielder Pietres, he could have covered.
He's the one who actually went to go in the mark, and that left Tembazwane alone in the center.
So Tembazwane in the box, you cannot leave him alone. He's deadly. I know him. He's one of my favorite players in Sundowns.
You guys are wondering why I'm wearing the cricket jersey, right? The cricket under-19 team is playing the World Cup. That is their World Cup in South Africa right now. They are playing Australia. We'll keep you updated about that. But then now, looking at that, at the group dynamics now, Namibia is on 3rd position with 3 points, South Africa on 2nd position with 3 points, and we've got Mali with 4 points at the top, and Tunisia at the bottom with 1 point. Anyone can qualify from that group. What needs to happen now for all the 4 teams?
It's a tough ask for every country. Everyone wants to win. Pity that South Africa and Namibia only have today and tomorrow to rest out. Mali and Tunisia, they played 1 day, so they have 1 day advantage over us. My prediction is we need to come out against Mali. Any result that we need to get, if we don't beat Mali, we need to get a draw. And I hope Tunisia do us a favor by beating South Africa. So head-to-head against Tunisia, we are better. So we eliminate South Africa, and we proceed as a 2nd or 3rd place team. So it will be good for Namibia to progress after an impressive start. But normally, if you check at the normal big tournaments.
But Fortune, are we not punching above our weight? I mean, even this qualification, look at our football. We haven't been playing football for I don't know how many years. And they will qualify every year. Talent-wise, we are there. But are we not really forcing things?
But for now, at least we work for 1 game. So we must be happy. But we were just looking at the scenarios. But hopefully, against Mali, it's a big ask. It's a big ask. I saw Besuma coming back the other day. It's a big ask. I hope we must be tight in the middle. We must be more aggressive so that we don't get what we get against South Africa.
Yeah. Colin Benjamin has always said that we can't outplay teams in terms of the quality that we have. We can't outmuscle them because naturally we are not big guys, but we can outrun them. With the 2 days rest, do you think it is possible? And the fact that we are flying to St. Pedro?
And it's not possible. And Mali is already maybe in San Pedro, so they have advantage over us. And Mali is playing 3 types of football. They can play a physical football. Against South Africa, they show they can play a pacey football, and they can knock the ball. So we are approaching Mali that can adapt to any situation. They can play any type of football. I saw them out muscling Tunisians physically. So against South Africa, they use pace against. So against Namibia, I don't know what type of Malians are we going to get. So it's a tricky situation for us. But let's hope for football, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Look at what is the Spanish team that is currently running away with the league.
Girona, yes?
Girona. So if Girona can do it, it's a leap year. It's a leap year. So we hope that the leap year also falls in place.
Things are aligning.
But for me, I hope since Afcon will be another year, 2025, since we got the win. So let's keep the win for now. And when we move to the next Afcon, we talk about the qualification for round 16 and so on. For now, we need to be happy with the results that we got so far and prepare for the future so that we proceed from 2025 or do better in the World Cup qualifying since we are with Tunisia. So for now, we need to be happy with what, but we must not rest. The players must stood up. Maybe it's the final time for a lot of our players at the Afcon, the Absalom, the Saluliles, all of them.
I mean, it's just we are playing it next year again, so I think they'll still be there. Hopefully, the guys will still be there. They will decide not to leave because in terms of experience, you will need experience at Afcon.
But most of them will not be around. Most of them. Yeah. Some of them will not be because youngsters have risen now. The 2 center backs have risen. So who will need your senior players again? Because these two center pairings need to play and proceed. Your Betuel Museus need to take over.
So who has impressed you most in the Namibian team so far?
So far, Ambrosius Pietrus playing in the unfamiliar defensive midfield role. He has stood up. The first game he was excellent. Yesterday he was caught off guard because playing in an unfamiliar role he stood up. And the super sub Betuel, I know I was working with him at Tura Magic. I know when we saw him as an under 20 Omaike player, how he can grow. So he can miss also. There was a chance that he passed to Salulere yesterday.
Instead of scoring.
Instead of kicking. And he kicked a ball outside. So I was also wondering, you choose to kick a ball outside the box, but you are passing here. But he's still young. He can move on. He impressed me. I'm a little bit disappointed with Prince because he could have done much better. Because he wants to commit too much into the things. He is the guy that one must connect the passes and so on. But Ambrosius Pietrus and Betuel have impressed me so far. But the rest of the guys, I know what they are capable. Nyambe, another disappointment. Yeah, and my player, the only player from Namibian Premier League, Absalom also, another disappointment. He didn't put in enough shifts and so on. So it's something that is lacking. Because Absalom is the only player that from Premier League, Namibian Premier League Football League, that started Afcon.
Yes.
That started all the 2 games. So he have to state a claim and show the people that our Premier League home is also better than some of the countries. But we didn't do it. So that's the thing. Maybe we are better in terms of playing, but he has to do more sense of his experience and so on.
And which team has impressed you, besides the Namibian, which player has impressed you at the tournament as a whole, and which team has impressed you at the tournament?
The number 8 of Morocco, Enua is what I player. People were looking at Amrabat, what he will do, but that's a typical attacking midfielder. He can do everything. He can tackle, he can go forward and so on. He has impressed me so far. And the team that has impressed me, I've never watched DRC playing national team. So seeing them playing that football,
they impressed you.
They have really impressed me. Even the subs that came on to come and change. DRC is ready. That's one of my teams that will reach the round of.
Who do you think will win it?
I go with Senegal. Senegal must retain it.
Okay.
For the better for money, but let's not count out Nigeria, Morocco.
Nigeria. No, they haven't impressed me.
But you know, Marco, all the big teams so far have not done anything. Now these last games from today up to Wednesday and going into the knockout stage, the big guys will rise. Big teams will rise. So what happened with Argentina and the World Cup? They always rise. The big guys always rise. So the small countries like ours that were running here and there, you will see the difference now.
So they will separate boys from men
It
going
will
forward.
be from today up to Wednesday. There will be a difference. Small countries will, most of small countries will pack and go. The round 16 will be top countries, the top teams that we want. Only Tunisia will be the third ranked African team that will go home.
All right, that's the fortune Eichab for you. He's the coach for Nampol, and he has put his head on the block and said that the big guys will be rising. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back again next week, Monday, same place, same time.